Meghan Markle invites royal critic Trevor Noah on final podcast episode. Meghan Markle hosted the last episode of her Spotify podcast Archetypes this week with a particularly interesting guest, Trevor Noah, who has recently been outspoken about his anti-monarchy views. The final episode of the Duchess of Sussex's hit podcast released on Tuesday, November 29, 2022, with men as the guests for the first time. The guest list included Trevor Noah and Andy Cohen. While Meghan and Trevor didn't discuss royalty during the podcast, instead choosing race and gender as their preferred topics, the pointedness of Meghan inviting him on her show wasn't missed by royal fans. As noted by Newsweek, Trevor's appearance on Meghan's podcast came as especially interesting given that the outgoing The Daily Show host criticized King Charles in recent months following the death of Queen Elizabeth in September this year, and even called out the pressure to mourn the late Queen in the aftermath of her death. In a monologue soon after the Queen's death, Trevor said on his show, "You can say, hey, this is my Queen, I still love what she represents. That's your Queen, but don't expect everybody else to now adopt, because basically what you're doing is recolonizing the people and saying, this is who you support, this is who you cheer for." He then also took a jibe at King Charles after a video of him visibly frustrated over pens went viral, saying, "It's going to take a lot of work to shape the monarchy into something that everyone can get behind. But based on his first week in power, looks like King Charles isn't the guy to do it. I love how Charles says the pens leak on him all the time. You're literally the King of England, dude. If you don't like the pens, get different pens." You know what this tells you? This story about Charles is 1, the royals have been royally spoiled, and 2, I can tell you that nobody who works in that palace is African, he had added.